So, welcome to day 2 of Metroid Prime. So I had to run downstairs to grab what little coffee I had remaining. It's called Siren Medium Roast. Pretty good. No creamer. So, I'm about 4 hours into this game, more or less. For those who were not here yesterday, I have a couple of mods on. I am playing on PC, on my Wii on a PC, legally, of course, and I'm playing with a mouse and keyboard. For those who don't know, this game's traditionally played with either a Wii controller or a GameCube, but I found a way. By the way, because I don't plan on explaining this another, 20 times this stream, there's a command called !mods. Just so if anybody at any point in chat asks, like, how did you make it like this? Just !mods will tell you. Anyways, I was having a lot of fun playing this game, so I'm gonna keep playing it. Just entered the snow area. I hope everyone had a sufficient Sunday. I mean, I hope your Saturday was good too, but I need to actually kind of turn myself around here before I start talking. What, mic? Oh, my mic's fucked up? Oh, no! No, I did it again!
God damn it! Fuck! That's just my voice. No, I have a program that lets me do funny sound effects. The thing is, it auto-turns on every time I restart my computer, and sometimes I forget about it. Which one was it? Was it like the low-quality one? Well,
I'm sorry.
It's fixed now. No, that's just my microphone, man. Alright, I have to adjust a couple knobs on my computer real quick. Okay, yeah, so I have a good idea of where to go. I need to... Do I? Yeah, I need to go, like, in this direction. Funk, are you ever gonna play Mother 3? You know, it's such a weirdly, like, good question. I recently was just thinking about that. Is Mother the kind of series where you could just start on 3? I don't know if it's, like, sequential in that you need context. To my knowledge, each game is... I don't know if it's like a Final Fantasy situation, but Mother 3 definitely seems to have a lot of ties to games I would like. Sorry, I'm a little turned around. So this area opens that door, and I want to make sure that's the right way to be going. I think it is. Would I be made fun of for saying I specifically want to play Mother 3 because of Undertale? We're all thinking it, and I'm just gonna own it. I liked playing Undertale. And you know, a lot of people make comparisons to Mother 3 because it was very inspired by that game. So that's kind of where my interests lied in playing it. And I mean, I grew up with, you know, Pokemon, so I'm not exactly foreign to JRPGs. So, yeah, definitely gonna play it. I'm not planning out, you know, I'm gonna jump into Mother 3 stream in 4 days. No, we'll see. Definitely gonna play it, though. I think that goes on my bucket list of games, right next to Final Fantasy VII and Chrono Trigger. They're quickly piling up RPGs, I've found. Funk, you should play TF2 VR. I have. I wouldn't recommend it. It was actually pretty awful. Oh, I thought that was a shortcut. Just goes back. Yeah, no, I tried TF2 in VR. The rocket jumping was frustrating, but kind of better than I would have expected. Are these areas connected? I see like a little jut. A little jut at the end of this map, and I'm curious what that is. Dark Souls 3 in VR. I wouldn't subject myself to that. I know there's a first-person Dark Souls 3 mod, which I've tried. I wouldn't call it my favorite, but... So I'm pretty sure there's an upgrade that lets me ride along this, right? I remember from, like, watching the intro trailer. I don't think I have that yet, though. But that explains what the little jut is. So I'm just gonna keep moving. I don't like Undertale, but I did like Deltarune. You know, Toby Fox said Deltarune is what he wanted Undertale to be. He said, I'm paraphrasing here, that Undertale was a test to make Deltarune. And I believe that. If you've played both games, I can see how he was sort of laying the framework for it. Which is interesting, because, you know, Undertale I would consider a more than full product. So to call it just like a test, just... strange. I haven't found the charge beam. No. So far, the only thing I found is the missile launcher, which I don't even have any missiles. And morph ball and bombs. Still pretty early in. I was told this game runs, you know, around 14, 15 hours. So I've got a ways to go. What's Metroid Prime Sesh 2? Sesh is short for session. Just a way for people to know, like, what stream of this is. So this is my second session of Metroid Prime. And chat's delayed about 4 seconds for the guy that asked. I wonder if this trick will work here. I feel like an idiot trying this, but I know... Hold on. Huh. As the great poison reaches ever further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawing of despair. Before it's too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock, powered by 12 Okay, you've said that all in the last 3 artifacts. I'm trying to find all the pieces of the Triforce in this game. But they're artifacts. Funk, I want to say 2 things. Thanks for all the content you've been making, and second, do you know when and what your next video is going to be? Yeah, it's been in progress for a while, but I'm refraining from talking about it. Because the more I talk about it, the less likely it is to happen. I found, is how YouTube works. Thank you, though. Oh, there's like a little over arc. I don't think this trick is going to work here. Okay, that's fair. Worth a shot. I think I can only kill these with a like a missile or a charge shot. Neither of which do I have. So this might be a dead end. I don't see anything else of value. Prime 3 had pretty good lore scans. Get there. I'm invested. I'm on board thus far. It's just... You know, it has those GameCube era issues where they try to really simplify everything into small boxes of text, but it can kind of just get a little grating. Funk, you need to get Charge Shot ASAP. It's essentially the same power as Missile, and it's free. I don't disagree. I'm not, like, avoiding it. Oh, the Charge Shot? I ran by that 40 minutes ago. That was important. Yeah, I'm kind of making my way there, aren't I? Oh, they got little glowbacks. This reminds me of those shining lizards in Dark Souls 3, but like 4 times as big. And they don't let me upgrade my sword. he missed the charge beam yesterday. Did I wait, no, I didn't actually miss it, did I? I would be genuinely upset if I learned I went the wrong way. It's possible, it's a Metroidvania, so it's not like there's a right way to go. And it would make this area a little bit easier. I did? I'm being told in chat, and I'm not trying to focus on back seats, you know, I'm playing the game, but I'm being told I actually did miss the charge shot. Fuck. Well, I mean, I know, like, how to backtrack, but it's a bit of a walk, and the only way to move forward here requires me to go find missiles. I don't think we're nearby. It's fine. So I guess I gotta run back. Damn. I'm playing on an illegitimate copy. The least I could do is just edit in more missiles. But that's no fun. Oh! Breaking barrels worked! I found a missile. So, I'm just gonna chill in this area for a little longer. Don't save points give them? I didn't... I saved point prior to the stream and I didn't get one. But maybe it's because of my save state. Abnormally fast? I'm on normal speed. This is just the game. I could set it down to 20% so your baby brain can follow what's happening. Do you understand what's happening now, chat? Bad PC. So many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land, and we Chozo are no exception. But for all of our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. We have come to believe that a time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we've contained. Even so, our vigilance will forever remain. It just... it really does feel like a lot of these ruined walls are bearing repeating. But I'll pay attention. If I've learned anything from streaming, it's all it takes is missing one box of text and everything's fucked. Also, yeah, this is mouse keyboard. Also, in my defense, I wouldn't even be playing Metroid Prime like this if they just re-released it on Switch already. In their defense, I think they're waiting for Prime 4 to come out. And then they have to, right? Why wouldn't you? But I don't know. I almost feel like the earlier you re-release this game on the Switch, the more time people have to play it. Whereas if you release it, like, you know, a month or two prior, people might go, Metroid Prime 4, I won't buy that. I still need to beat 2 and 3. Like, how the fuck do you not release the trilogy? I mean, I guess it's just a matter of them re-releasing Wii and GameCube games. Because they've only done Wii U, right? Are there any Wii or GameCube games that have been re-released? And not remastered, but just, like, fully put on the Switch? I could name plenty of GameCube games that haven't been ported. Just off memory. No, not on Switch? That's what I figured. Which, you know, blows my fucking mind. The trilogy was put on the Wii U. Can anyone confirm that? I was told that the Metroid Prime trilogy was actually a collector's because it was rare. Which, I guess if it's on the Wii U, then yeah, it's rare. Probably didn't sell too well. trilogy was. It was on the Wii U, so that's even less reason to not have it. Right? Because Bayonetta got ported from the Wii U. Alongside 2. I think when those platforms appeared, I was supposed to jump over there. But I don't think I can recall it. They ported it to the Wii U, but only as a digital copy? Yeah, but that doesn't matter. As long as it runs on the hardware, we know that... We know for a fact they can port Wii U to the Switch. Software-wise. Use a new power-up. Oh yeah, I got some for the ball, didn't I? Oh, this just opened up a lot. Okay. I don't think I'm doing it right, but that's cool. I know a couple other areas I can go back to. You know, now that I think about it, this might be the first FPS Metroidvania I've played. Are there any other significant examples of this genre? Because all of my memory, it's only 2D. Metroid Prime 3. Oh shit, why didn't I think of that? You're right. Damn. No, I think Prime might be the only I cannot believe that, now that I even think about that. I mean, even despite whether or not this game sold well, you're telling me that no indie developers wanted, I want to make my first-person Metroidvania. Huh. I guess it was just like a product of its time, huh? It's just, you know, there was people that wanted Metroidvanias, and no one had tried this. Then this came out, and it didn't sell well, so everyone else was like, I'm gonna hold off. Okay, there's nothing for me in these areas, I don't think. So I may need to just go find another slope. Yeah, I mean, I'm only about 4 hours in, but I could totally see myself playing stuff like this. The closest thing I can think of, if anyone knows it, a game called Immortal Redneck. Which is really more of a roguelite. Really, it's entirely roguelite. But that's a roguelike FPS game, which is in the same vein, sort of. But it's so different. In that game, it's like a procedurally generated dungeon where you're finding power-ups and going to the next floor. It's not a pre-made area that you slowly explore with power-ups. But it's the closest example I can think of. I don't know if my dash will work on that wall. I feel like that's a whole different upgrade. So I'm gonna steer... I think I'm just gonna backtrack. Go find another skateboarding slope. When's the next FPS Castlevania? You say that jokingly, but you're telling me you wouldn't play that? Not that it matters, because, they forgot that the Castlevania property even exists. This is the wrong way. Who owns Castlevania? Capcom? Is that correct? They have a bunch of properties they just forgot existed, I think. Konami? Oh, it was Konami. You're right. I believe that even more. Of course it... Why wouldn't I... I'm talking about a developer that forgot a game. Of course it's Konami. Yeah, this is a blind run for me. Has there any been verification on Kojima working with one of the Silent Hill producers from Konami? I read a online internet rumor. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Kojima's working on like a a horror-esque game. But there were rumors that it was, if not tied to Silent Hill, it was at least, you know, like, spiritually tied. Anyways, that's the closest you're gonna get to Konami making a game. If you're ever looking... If you like videos about game developer content, then go down the rabbit hole of hearing about Konami. It's actually really interesting to hear about how they treat their properties. Specifically, how its management tied. When they brought on a new manager, he was really into the mobile part of Konami. Or not the mobile, but like, you know, the slot machines and the dumb bullshit. And there was a direct correlation of him assuming power and Konami doing nothing. Yeah, arcade. It's depressing. It's depressing to hear how they got where they are. They lived long enough to become the villain. I don't remember the name of the specific video I'm thinking of, but I'd recommend it. I don't even think this is an area I should be in. I'm looking for slopes, but I don't recall any being in here. But there are doors I haven't gone through. I'll stick here. He was into making money, which makes sense for a business, but at the same time they shafted the developers who were trying to make new and interesting games. I think, if I recall correctly, the problem wasn't that, like, Kojima wanted to make cool games. It's that Kojima, to make cool games, requires a budget, and the CEO was like, well, why do you need this much money? We make tons of other games with way less money. And Kojima presumably said, yeah, but your games suck. And then the split happened. Please, please, I beg you! So it's not that they... It's not even necessarily that he didn't want Kojima making games. It's just he wasn't willing to give Kojima the resources his kind of games need. Okay. I have no missiles, so I can't deal with these grunts either. Oh. I deserve that. You know, the worst part of this is I didn't save when I got the morph ball power-up. And I didn't save state, either. Oh well. It wasn't that far. FUNKe favorite Kojima game? Rising isn't technically a Kojima game, is it? I don't think he, like, really had a hands-on part of that. I mean, that's my favorite Metal Gear game, but I don't remember what his credit was. He wrote the story of Rising, I'm being told? Oh, then I count that, because I love the story of Rising. If you don't count that... I don't know. I didn't play Death Stranding. I feel like I'm pretentious enough I'd say Death Stranding. If I had played it. So I need to get through there. I'm a little turned around, but I'll make it. What about PT? I didn't play PT. I think majority of people in my Twitch chat have never played PT. Because how could you? They took it down. Someone remade it in Unity, I believe, and it's actually pretty faithful. But I haven't played that either. Everything I know of PT is from YouTube videos. Now, if PT had gone on to be Silent Hills and it came out, then I would have fucking loved it. But at the same time, I've never played Silent Hills. I tried playing 1, and It hasn't aged super gracefully. I'm not gonna say if they remastered Silent Hill 1, I wouldn't play the fuck out of it, because I would. But it does show its age from, like, the 4 hours I had played of it. Oh, fuck, I need to go get that missile. I forgot. But I love horror games. I loved the Outlast games. I thought Resident Evil 7 was fantastic. Resident Evil 1 is legendary. I haven't played 2, but everyone I talk to says it's probably the most definitive Resident Evil. At least to them. So, like, I mega jive with horror games. PT, straight down the alley for me. Is that the one with the dog? Which one? 7 does not have a dog. 7 is the one with... 7 is Courage the Cowardly Dog, the game. It's the one with the mutant hillbillies. Which actually surprisingly very, very different from, like, Resident Evil 1 and 2. At least in presentation. I mean, fundamentally the same, you know. You're trapped in an area you have to go through. I think Resident Evil 4 in terms of what I want out of a video game, but 2 is the definitive Resident Evil. That's fair. Is Resident Evil 6 the one where the logo is a giraffe getting a blowjob? You guys have heard about that, right? You haven't heard about this? Give me a second. I googled it, and it made me laugh. Just seeing it show up. Oh, I love this image. Okay, so this is the logo to Resident... It's like a weird... Hold on, I downloaded a .webp, which I don't even know what that is. Okay. Yeah, so there was a internet controversy about this logo, because everyone saw it and they thought, well, for anyone that just got here, tell me what this looks like. I don't need to repeat it. And you know, I think that's probably a fan favorite video game logo. If I ever made a list, this is gonna go on it. For those who just got here, it's a giraffe getting a blowjob. People have drawn, like, more detailed examples, but I can't show those on Twitch. I could probably get in trouble just for showing that, to be honest. Anyways, that one has to be the best one, right? Just based off of that alone. It tells you a lot about what to expect in the game. My timing is awful. Don't worry, I'll get it, I'll get it. Oh, you have to do it, like, on the back end. Okay, you have to charge it up, I think. I'm just getting used to it. Anyways, Resident Evil 2 is high on my list of games I want to play in the near future. The problem is we're quickly approaching a lot of good games coming out. So I'm gonna have both a backlog of old games I want to play and of new games I want to play. So either expect an uptick in streams late, like in a month or two, or at the very least, I don't know, an uptick of FUNKe studies on FUNKe. Alright, so I got the upgrade again. I'm gonna go hit a save station. I do not want to lose. It's progress. Oh, I'm absolutely gonna play Animal Crossing. March is gonna be nuts. Is it March 7th? Doom and Animal Crossing come out? The funny thing is that's so obviously a stationary model. Upscaling, the shadows don't look great. The 20th? Oh shit, it was the 20th. What am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of Final Fantasy VII comes out on the 7th. My birthday is on the 5th, so I was trying to gauge what game I'm going to be playing my birthday week. And I think it's going to be Final Fantasy VII got delayed? No. It was delayed. Fuck it. First it's CD Projekt Red, now this? God, 2020 sucks. So far. Delayed by a month. I mean, you know, I'll post the Shigeru Miyamoto quote, but damn. That's fine. We still have several other games. It's okay, at least Prime 4 is gonna come out in March, right? Alright. I don't even remember how I got to that fiery area, but I'm sure I'll find my way back. That game is 100% canceled. Do you think so? Do you genuinely think Prime 4? I don't think so, because they haven't even... The people that are working on it, they haven't announced that they're even working on anything else. If I would believe Metroid Prime 4 is canceled if they said they were working on another game. Am I wrong? Are the guys making Prime 4 connected to the guys that made Donkey Kong... what is it? Jungle Freeze. Or whatever. Yeah. Tropical Freeze, I think, was... Retro Studios was the name. Yeah, so if Retro Studios had at least hinted that they were working on something else, I would be a bit more inclined to say that Prime 4 is canceled. But the fact that all they've said is, hey, we gotta delay it, sorry. You know, I think it's gonna happen. Just way after when you wanted it to. When was Tropical Freeze released? It was like 4 years ago, right? I think I didn't play it, so I don't know very much, but it's been a while. Long enough that most developers would have said something by now of what game they're working on. And they did. Metroid Prime 4. I'm in the right area, but I don't need to stop. I can just keep moving. Even if I lose a shit ton of health on the way out. It was around 2014, so they're going on 6 years. That is Bethesda level of time between games. I mean, Bethesda announced Elder Scrolls 6, and that shit's not gonna be out for like 8 years. They were just trying to win the E3. Anyways, most video game developers usually announce what they're working on within 3 years of their last game. Any developer that goes longer than that either has, you know, the clout to get away with it, or they, you know, they're a smaller dev team of a bigger company that pays them so they can afford to. Do you think E3 is dying? I think so. Nintendo really set the standard this generation with their directs. Because they realized, fuck being put in cringe compilations every year. Let's just tell everyone straight what we're doing. Look at the industry. The State of Play was created because of the Direct. I don't know what Xbox is doing, but I think they are beginning to adopt a similar format. I think I fucked up. Yeah, E3 is... It really... You don't watch E3 for announcements anymore. You watch E3 for information on things that get announced earlier in the year. Or you get a teaser for the announcement. But you don't go to E3 or really any. You don't like the Game Awards? No. Even PAX. I usually go to like PAX East when it happens, but nothing gets announced anymore. It's just either we have a demo playable or there's nothing. I think I went backwards. Did I? It's hard to tell. The Game Awards this year was criminally boring. It was underwhelming. But I think that's partially just because of expectations. I think a lot of gamers have arbitrarily put higher expectations on stuff like the Game Awards. Because a lot of people aren't even watching it for the hype of an announcement. They just want to see funny cringe moments. But the problem is the industry has learned that, okay, everything we do is going to be cringe, so just announce it and get off stage. Everyone knows that now. So it's not even fun to watch these things ironically anymore. They've smartened up. Talon Overworld West granted. I'm lost a little bit. I'm gonna go up. Oh yeah, I need to go end the YouTube demo of my stream and continue onwards on Twitch. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Not that I was really talking to you, but you know. You know, I've experimented with just leaving the YouTube stream up the whole time, and I've not gotten in trouble for it. I'm not saying I wouldn't eventually. I would. But they don't seem to care that much. How many people watch? I mean, I don't think it's that many. I don't look at the numbers because they just make me nervous. I get rather jittery before every stream, and I've been doing this for like 4 years. So I avoid looking at the numbers. I think it's about the same as Twitch, though. There is definitely something down here I'm missing. But I don't see any unchecked doors, is the thing. Nope, there's one right there. Right dead ass in the middle. Alright. Yeah, I'm partnered on Twitch. I don't think I would get Twitch partner if I had started, like, this year. They actually really ramped up the requirements. There are streamers who have, like, thousands of viewers that still struggle to get it. But I think those are people that might have a bit more vocacious of a vocabulary. So they might be a little more hot water than I am. But I started streaming in like 2015-16. You know, I knew a guy that knew a guy. A simpler time. Need to verify I'm going in the right direction. So I gotta cross through about 3 rooms and get to the pit. This level looks like BS. It's surprisingly... you know, it surprisingly controls well, but in my defense, I'm playing on mouse and keyboard. So this might be more frustrating to people that played it with a Wii nunchuck. I could see how that's annoying. Get fucked, console plebeians. E. Thanks, Mick. Oh, there's another door. I'll come back to that. I'm still looking for the pit. I'm playing this on a Wii. Oh, alright, that joke's old. I'm playing this on a Nintendo 64. This is the room I was looking for. I'm gonna try and avoid going to save states for this. But I'm just gonna save one, you know, just in case. I don't want to abuse them unless it's, like, so much progress lost it's detrimental. I'm watching this stream on MS-DOS. You know, I used to watch YouTube on my 3DS a lot. It's not like I didn't have a phone, it was just sometimes my phone was too far from my bed, or it wasn't charged, and I just didn't feel like getting it. So I'd whip out my 3DS and start watching YouTube. And I've done that on the Switch a few times, but it's really only if I was, like, out of the house and, you know, I didn't have a charger or something. And it, you know, surprisingly good quality. You can't look at comments on the Switch, which I get that. Makes sense. I mean, if I had access to the YouTube comment section when I was just like 11, I probably would not have turned out alright. Thankfully, I came out a dazzling spectacle of a human. I need to get down there. I saw an image of Sakurai's Switch hours, and he has about 300 in YouTube. What was more surprising is he has, like, going on 3,500, potentially 4,000 in Smash Ultimate. That comes out to roughly, like, 6 hours of Smash Ultimate a day. Every day. I'm looking for an entrance to the underground, but I don't see one. It's possible that door is the entrance. I'm definitely not going to find anything, though. Huh. More importantly about his hours is he recently started playing Minecraft for the first time on the Switch. So I'm not trying to get anybody hyped for past 2. But, Alex confirmed? I think I'm gonna have to come back to this room. There's nothing for me here. Which means I gotta go back here. I don't think that was actually him. What? Someone lied on the internet? No. He said the roster was already decided. Thanks, Buzzkill. Keep me updated. I think the roster was already decided, but the Fighter 6 wasn't initially intended. They just decided to put out Byleth, and then they added another one to damage control. So I think 5 were decided, and 1 got tacked on. Or maybe Byleth got tacked on and the other just got pushed back. Either way, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I honestly expected that. The thing that's frustrating about Byleth, and I don't mean to, like, get into it or anything. It's that Sakurai had to play a pre-release builds of Fire Emblem just to, like, learn how Byleth would fight, right? Which isn't, like... The whole thing about Smash is they're gaming legends, yet it seems like every Fire Emblem character is just a walking ad. If you have to play a pre-release build just to know how a fighter fights, maybe they haven't really earned their spot. You know what I mean? Maybe they're not a cultural icon. Funk, you need the jump space boots to progress here. That's what I figured. It was... The door was above me, but I had no way to get up there. Same with Pokemon fighters. To a degree, I agree. But at the same time, I feel like Pokemon is such a exception to the rule in Smash. I can almost let them get away with it. Like, that is such a forefront Nintendo property. It's so important to their history. And there's so many Pokemon that all fight uniquely, and they're not just all Pikachus. Every Pokemon they add can be its own thing. Unless you're Pichu. So, Pokemon kind of gets a pass. Also, you know, they don't generally release, like, 2 to 4 or 2 to 3 new Pokemon per release. Usually just 1. FE is like Pokemon for Japan? Isn't Pokemon for Japan? I see what your point is. It seems kind of generous, Fire Emblem. But I mean, I guess. Transport to Magmore Caverns West. I need to find a way back to, like, the hub area. Because I'm area locked, I think. People are saying Fire Emblem is as popular as Pokemon in Japan, but wasn't the series about to be canned before Awakening? I'd need a citation on that statement. I don't think... I mean, I don't recall a point where Fire Emblem was, like, bleeding money from Nintendo. But I'd believe you if you said it. It was, overrated. Oh no, this is where I was coming from. I don't know, if you removed 4 Fire Emblem fighters, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. Oh, I think I know where I am now. Yeah, I totally got, like, turned around. Ultimately, though, pun intended, I can't get mad at Sakurai. Whatever he wants to get in, I think I'll let him at this point. My one stipulation, if you'll allow me to be a slightly greedy gamer, just for one moment, give me 1 FPS rep. I don't care who. Doesn't even need to be Doom Guy. It can be Shadow Visceral Warrior Cleanup. If you give me 1 FPS rep, then I'll be happy. You can put in whatever you want. Funk, I don't even think Sakurai makes the choices. Fib, Terry got into the game. Terry. And you're telling me that Sakurai doesn't choose anything. Just mince your words for a second there. No, Sakurai definitely has influence. There was a rumor going around that Nintendo gave Sakurai a list and they said, this is what, like, these are the properties we can get you, and you're allowed to choose from. Pick one of these. Half-pipe structure. But that was false to my knowledge. Sakurai is not limited. It's his game. I don't think Nintendo's gonna say no. I think they'll tell him, like, we highly recommend you don't. But it's a myth that he doesn't have control of it. Half-pipe structure detected. I understand that. It's saying that the new ability I have, I can go up a half-pipe in this area. But oh, it means go over here for a half-pipe. Oh. So I need to access... So I do have to go through the caverns, which will eventually lead here. Damn, alright. They got me. Where's that elevator? It's kind of pandering when you get lost for a while that it gives you a hint. I disagree. As much as I understand the sentiment of, it's a Metroidvania, you gotta do it yourself, don't get handheld. It's not fun when you don't know where the fuck to go, and there's no way to tell. I'm okay with a little bit. You could argue that they should let you turn it off, I guess, but that's a different discussion. If anything, it's kind of looking down on you that you're not allowed to turn it off. Like, you're so stupid. But I don't mind. This is a blind run for me. And my intuition was never quite that bright for these sorts of games anyways. Despite my no lack of experience. So, I'm not mad. My problem now is knowing which elevator to go to. There has to be a button to zoom out, right? Is this where I want to go? Nothing is labeled when you zoom out. Which confuses me greatly. I think I'm trying to go to this gray area. Which means I need to head over here. Wait. Oh. I need to head to Talon Canyon. To get there, I need to head to Talon Overworld. And to go there, I need to follow my directions. Okay. Wow, I have to do genuine head maths in this game. Jesus, my brain hurts, and I'm just following directions. What you need to understand is I learned how to drive a car in Florida. And in Florida, everything is a straight line. I lived off Highway 1. Just the first highway. And it's just a straight line for, I kid you not, like hundreds of miles. So my sense of direction naturally is Garbo, not Primo. If I had learned how to drive in Atlanta, maybe I'd know where the fuck I'm going. I think I'm going the right way, though. Funk, how popular do you think SNK is outside of America? So unpopular that even using the word popular in reference to SNK is disingenuous. About as popular as I don't know. Insert fighting game here. About as popular as BlazBlue. Oh, I just went in a circle. Which, by the way, there was a trailer for Faust in the new Guilty Gear game. And it actually looks fucking bonkers. If you're into fighting games and you know anything about Guilty Gear, I recommend you go check that out. Actually, hold on. I can show you it. I'm a streamer, and I want to show it because it's actually cool. I think Guilty Gear is probably the closest I could ever get to wanting to learn a real fighting game. I get completely fucking destroyed when I play Fighter Z. I sucked at Soul Calibur 6. And Smash Ultimate really does not count. But the game I'm about to show you is one that I'm interested in. That was the guitar. I was just I was warming you up. But this is what I was talking about. I don't mean to, like, shill to you. I was just really excited about this. So, tell me this doesn't look fucking... aside from the vor... aside from the vor mechanic... I'm honestly kind of excited for this. Also, I just love the art style of this game. Let's rock! By the way, he was way less terrifying in the last game. They seem to really up his manicness in this one. Like, it's straight out of a horror film. But, that was released recently. That was announced today, actually, I think. Based on the YouTube date. And I haven't been following the Guilty Gear announcements too much, but Faust definitely got me... That trailer right there got me a little hyped. And that's by Arc System, by the way. If you're familiar with their work. Wow, I have so much trekking to go. Wait, is it the other direction? I'm lost. Oh no, I'm close. Okay. Got turned around. Yeah, Faust was a goober. Is it Faust? I don't... You know what I mean. Funk, did you ever say Arc... Did you ever play Arc System's Fist of the North Star fighting game? No. I don't actually know that much about Fist of the North Star, just that it inspired JoJo. And there was another game that was not open world, but it was like a little town, I think, that caught my eye. But honestly, I have some trust in Arc Systems. All the games of theirs that I've played, I have enjoyed. Really, I would probably add them onto my list of developers I like. Maybe not, like, top developers, but developers I appreciate. Alright, so this is where I needed to go. As demeaning as it is, I needed the game to, like, tell me I have to go here. I do appreciate it. Arxis is godlike for me. I could see that. They have quality to their work. I think it's just so alien, so foreign to me. Just because I'm not good at fighting games generally. With that said, my roommate actually, he had some friends come over to play Smash today. And I fought them. And these are people that know, like, what wave dashing is. These are people that know how Smash is played. I played against a buddy who mains NES, and he plays it on a half Joy-Con. Even though we have GameCube controllers, he mains NES and only plays on Joy-Con, and he... I watched him fight my roommate, stomp the floor. Well, not stomp the floor, but he knew what he was doing. And I went against him on Zero Suit. At the end of our session, I won 3-2. So, I don't feel like I'm as bad at fighting games as I get perceived when I play, like, on stream. It's just, I really choke when I play online. I choke when I stream. And I think I don't know, I guess I choke under pressure. It's not that I'm bad, it's just when I play against stream viewers, it's the people that really know how to play. Now, I can't say the same for Fighters or Guilty Gear. Those I do still kind of play like trash. Online. And offline. Like, not streaming. Do I have the speed for this? I do. I just have to learn how to get it the right time. This reminds me, you all should look up a game called Skatebird. It's a skateboarding game, but you're a bird. That's it. That's the whole premise, to my knowledge. Just wanted to remind you. Oh, fuck you! I think there's, like, a slightly broken piece of geometry I can inch on. Oh, this is... I hate this. Dash up both walls. That is a good idea, thank you. Yeah, I played Marble It Up. You'd think my intuition would be better here. Funk, what's the best arcade game you've ever played? The original Sonic was a fantastic arcade game. I mean, it was in Wreck-It Ralph, so... The one I put the most hours into was Galaga. But that's because my family went to this Mexican restaurant a lot when I was younger. And all they had was Galaga and Mario. So I ended up playing a lot of that. I don't know if I would say that was, like, the best, though. I watched a lot of High Score Girl. Gave me an appreciation for Street Fighter. But I'd never really played the original Street Fighter myself. But I watched an anime rom-com about two kids who play competitive Street Fighter. So I think I'm gonna go with that for my answer. I didn't pay attention to what my unlock was. Hold on. I'm trying to find the B button, if you're curious. It's not shift. Is there a way to locate, like, specifically the last achieved upgrade? B is jump? Yeah, well that's the problem. I was trying to figure out what my B key is on this emulator. Hold on, I need to actually open up the listings. It's not even listed on here. Hold on. Oh, okay. I found it. And the double jump is just my space. That one was already mapped. Nice. So I should have access to more. I think where I came from, there was an area that was accessible with the double jump. I also see stuff over there. Oh, thanks, Joe Wright. I appreciate it. Street Fighter 1 is the best fighting game. Every character is balanced. It's probably one of the few fighting games I haven't seen someone go on a rant on how one specific thing completely breaks the game. But for some reason I feel like that's wrong. I feel like someone would disagree with you, but it wouldn't be me. You know what I mean? The backtracking in this game is terrifying. It's a little annoying, but I've had worse experiences. The Messenger had really redundant backtracking that was annoying. Hollow Knight, and I know I'll get shit for this, I did not like that backtracking. I'm not gonna say it was irredeemable, but that game turned me off. Not mechanically, the game was good, but that element was a little frustrating. Alright, so now I'm on an adventure to go find an area where my double jump will come in handy. And I think... where did I come from? In the Magmar Caves, right here. I think I can double jump to a door right here. Which means I have to find the nearest Magmar Cave entrance. FUNKe, what's your history with Metroidvanias? I played Symphony of the Night on Xbox Live when I was younger. I played Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Loved that game. That's like an old school style Metroidvania that was made in the last 2-3 years. And then I went on to play the other Bloodstained game, the 3D one. I also really liked. And I mean, Hollow Knight I played about 10 hours of. I didn't finish it. I enjoyed it, I just got lost. Okay, this is where I want to go. And there are a couple other examples, but they're just not fresh in memory. I would say I'm not super well versed, but I am familiar with the formula. And I've not played Ori, though I've had it recommended to me. FUNKe, are you excited for Halo Infinite? The new one? I just remember hoping that it wasn't a battle royale when it was announced. Because it was announced... It was... I think at that E3 where they had like 100 computers for some reason on stage and they never explained why. But I just remember seeing that and going, oh, please fucking don't tell me it's going to be a battle royale. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be. So that's all I care about. So I'd say I'm excited. Halo is a nostalgic property for me. Not as much as it is for others, but I do hold, you know, Combat Evolved, Reach, and some of 3 in my heart. wonder if I can go up here now. I don't feel like I can. No, that's a grapple. Funk, if there's a game you would want to speedrun, what would it be? I already know. Titanfall 2. The campaign. There's only 2 games I've ever attempted or still consider speedrunning. It's Hat in Time and Titanfall 2. My time in Hat in Time was like 38 minutes, I think. And the record was like 25 minutes. I don't know what it is now. I'm sure it's gone down. And actually, I think it was higher than 38. It was like ballpark. Titanfall 2 I've never spedrun, but it's about a under 2-hour speedrun. Let me check. Speedrun.com. Because I'm actually curious. Oh, damn, it's lowered. The current speedrun, sorry for the light mode, is an hour and 20 minutes in Titanfall 2 by Brian Nato. His speedruns of it are great. He's very eloquent about explaining what's happening. 55 minutes for any percent. Anyways, that is a fantastic speedrun. So if I'm ever gonna crack my ankles is not a phrase. Crack my knuckles. That's the game I'd pick. Do you have any guilty pleasure games? You haven't heard me talk about Smite, clearly. It used to be Overwatch. I used to guilty pleasure Overwatch. Which I realize is a weird way to phrase that. But I don't even do that anymore. I haven't booted up in months. Not currently. I'm trying to just play games that I actually enjoy. I know, a fool's errand. I can't actually see my mini-map here, so I'm just gonna be a little cautious. Oh man, I'm really starting to feel the backtrack blues in this game. At least I kind of know my way around. I thought it would take longer to comprehend the mapping system, but it's pretty intuitive once you pay attention. Especially because I have, you know, keyboard, so turning it and stuff's a little easier. Alright, so if I know what I'm doing, I should be able to double jump my way to a door here. Wow, I cannot imagine how frustrating this would be on controller. You poor fools. I made it. You have a lock on? Oh, I know. But again, since I have an ability to aim, I'm avoiding using it. Wait. I'm in? I think I'm missing an element here. It doesn't seem like I can influence this at all. The boost ball does nothing. Unless... Alright. There's only one thing I can do right now. This is a standard spinner device. The generator belts of the spinner can be activated by rapid rotational forces. Use of the boost. Okay, so I had the right idea, I just have to scan it. Oh, it's in the... Oh, shit. Okay. I follow. It's like something you have to continuously do. Just checking for Easter eggs, checking for hidden boxes. You need to harness the golden rotation. Found one. This is the Artifact of Strength, the second of 12. Fancy that, huh? Yeah, something tells me consulting the logs wouldn't have been particularly useful to get my way here, but I figured it out, so works for me. Yeah. Just look around, make sure there's no missing lore. It's unstable. Wait, unstable? As in, like, breakable unstable? No. Bendesium portion of area unstable. I feel like that's sort of implicating something. I don't think it's meaningful to me right now, though. You need an upgrade. That makes sense. Worth a shot. So now I need to find another area that I can actually progress in. More specifically, a door that hasn't been entered. I see one right here, I think. Oh, yeah! In the ice area, right? I think I can parkour on those platforms. So I gotta make my way to... there. Okay. I'm still getting so turned around. Not in... what is it? Rotation. But in verticality. Like, I'll see which direction a door is in, but I don't know if I'm on the right level. But this is where I need to go. I hate that the game doesn't just say use this, it expects you to memorize what upgrade. In its defense, when you go full screen on the map, there's actually a key chart that tells you, for doors at least, what upgrades. So if you need a missile for a door, you can know. I think there are just certain instances. Like, if I hit 2, which again, it's a different button for me, it'll tell me what I need to open each door. So you're not, like, in the dark by any means. But it is really easy to get lost, but that's just the nature of a Metroidvania. There's so much to keep up with. Thanks, Kaboom. I take great pride in my video content. And to a lesser extent, my stream content. I mean, at this point, honestly, streaming is what creates my videos. In that a lot of my opinions for those videos get developed here. So, stand by it. That one might be easier to jump to. Oh, I've already been here. I thought this was a new area. I mean, I'm used to that happening. I just get really scared that I'm gonna lose progress. I don't think I can make that jump. And it doesn't seem like there's a faster way back up. Come on, don't make me walk all the way around again. I want to cheese it. There we go. A gas-based propulsion system. I think I can probably get to this one. So, to be fair, I am on an HD texture pack with higher FOV, but looking at this, I feel like this game has aged, at least visually, pretty well. Actually, let me turn off the texture pack just for context. Where is it? Oh, hold on. I have to go through a separate menu. Okay, I turned off the custom textures, so this should be the game itself. And, like, honestly, it's not even that different. I'd say this holds up well. To be fair, it's also upscaled. If I were to go all the way, the game would look something like this. Not, this doesn't quite hold up as well. Though it does have, oh, look, higher frame rate. It's a little crusty, but it holds up. That's a good way to put it. If I set it to ×8 native, it's... oh my god, it's so crispy. But that's too high. I'm gonna turn back on the custom textures. It doesn't even seem that noticeable, except for, like, on the text. In the top right, you'll notice it's less pixely now. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. Should probably stop rolling into those. Okay, tell me that this isn't a Doom game. See, this is how I wanted to play it. Probably not the best idea, but... hold on a second. I have to pull something up. weirdly really fitting. Although I guess it does align more with Quake. But I never actually played any of the Quake games themselves, only ever like Quake Live and Quake Champions, which on their own are great. They set a standard for gunplay in games. Normally I'd say they set a standard for movement, but I think Titanfall 2 has usurped that throne. I like Titanfall 2's movement more than I do Quake. A symbol is carved into the forehead. The translation reads, "To pass my gaze, seek my twin within this room." And the statue's hands seem to be frozen in place. There appears to be a shell of ice encasing a water basin. The water originated from the statue's mouth. Oh, I wish I could drink that. Funk, bunny hopping is cooler than wall running in certain scenarios. Okay, ignoring the fact that you can slide hop in Titanfall 2, which is the same thing, I would still probably disagree. Think about it. Wall riding opens up an entire new axis of movement, whereas B-hopping, you're still stuck on a Z-axis. Is that Z? On a singular plane. I think that's X. Wall running is Z. Anyways, I prefer Titanfall 2 because it has wall running and sliding. Not just for one or the other. Wall running is chained to the map layout, but every map has ground? I guess, but how many scenarios do you run into where a map doesn't have walls? Do you run into that a lot? Funk, what is your opinion on the new Democratic and Republican candidates? I think there's only one man we need in office right now, and his name is Ace Watkins. The first gamer president. I think, I hope I don't feel deja vu by the end of this year. Let's just put it that way. This statue is flawless. So only one of these is not flawless. Several stress fractures can be seen running along the surface. Wow, that was in poor taste. Any music recommendations? I talked about it yesterday, but HHJ put out a new album. I really liked it. It's kind of relevant to politics, so if you're turned off by that, then I understand. But I like the album. It's a folk rocky album. Which I'm a sucker for guitars and pianos put together. If you have those two things, then I'm probably sold. Wow, this is like an entire platforming section. Any ideas when your next Funk TV will drop? Funk TV? I haven't heard that name in ages. It's not in progress, I can tell you that. I did have some ideas, but they ended up getting shelved. Partially just because I didn't want to continue running a series where I use the TF2 Scout as an icon. I'm really not a big fan of having like a stand-in character in the first place. You know, like having a having an animal in a tuxedo as a mascot. That kind of thing. FUNKe TV is sort of riffing on that. So I haven't been... I've just been focusing on my normal videos. It's a good format. I like the format of sort of a web series. But I don't know. If I were to revisit that, I would want to reconsider how the format is hosted. Because I don't think I would want to keep doing, you know, using a scout. But I don't really think I would want to use, like, a Bommy either. Because Bommy isn't meant to be, like, a persona. And I'm not too jazzed about, you know, becoming a webcam YouTuber either, so... Kinda just sticking to the video game essays right now. I don't even think I really need to kill these guys, but I want to take my time. People asking me why I don't use lock-on. Does it look like I'm in dire need of lock-on right now? I know I'm a little rusty, but I think my aim is pretty on fleek. Use a Wind Waker Link. Why didn't I think of that? You just solved all my issues. I think the scout model fits your voice. It's not about fitting my voice, it's just I don't really want to use a TF2 character for me. Just a little derivative. It's hard to tell really how much effect this is having. I think it's working. That is a perfect photobomb. They're invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystals on their back absorb energy, which they can fire at prey. She-Goths have poor stamina. They hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making their mouth area vulnerable. The soft underbelly is susceptible to concussive blasts. In battle, they expel to ensnare their targets. Wait, my shots are bending. So... it auto-hacks? I have aim hacks to his back. I'm having trouble making his mouth exhausted, though. Oh, I saw red. Okay, so bombs are effective on his... The main issue there was that I had, like, 14 bombs, and I threw them all at his back. God, I hope this isn't too far back. This is extremely far back, I think. I don't even have a double jump. Oh, look, I have a double I don't know what happened there. I blinked. Well, damn, I guess I'll just continue, huh? I should go save, actually. That's crazy how things work. No, I didn't... There's a misconception. I didn't save state. That was... I just used my stand to skip time forward. I still went through all of that again. You just didn't notice. Alright, now my actual save is up to date too. I need to get better at conserving health as I run back to the boss. I'm gonna try and not stick around, though. Just keep moving. I use the song of double time. Just get this out of the way. I don't need to scan nothing. Would Devil May Cry be considered a Metroidvania? I'm remembering DMC 1, but I can't remember if unlocking areas is tied to abilities. I think it was all planned out and linear. But for some reason, playing this kind of made me reminisce on when I played it. Don't ask that? Oh, I struck a nerve, I'm sorry. Actually, yeah, I guess Resident Evil is a more appropriate comparison. How are you playing this? Exclamation mark mods will answer your question. Alright, I need to conserve my rockets. It's gonna take fucking forever, though. Never mind, that was pretty quick. It's not the most exciting fight, but it helps me conserve resources, so I don't feel bad. More of them? I don't feel like aiming. I'll let the game aim for me. That was a challenge. Lock on means you can dash? Yeah, I've noticed I can side dash when locked on. It just hasn't really been a necessity up to this point. He's not even moving. He's not trying. The poor lad. I think he just wants to be my friend. Or he's extremely tired. He throws snowballs, and that's his attack. Oh my god. You know, I like the boss designs visually. It seems like a lot of them mechanically are a little lacking. But, again, maybe I'm kind of playing it under different circumstances, so benefit of the doubt. That wasn't a boss. Fair point. More of a mini boss. But it still applies. The first boss was just a test tube. A monster in the middle of a bunch of shields. And the second one was just an Ocarina of Time boss. Nice. Wait, did I unlock a power up there, or was that just a full health? I might have to consult my... what is it? My key bindings. Oh, okay, hold on. I have to check how to do Beam 2. There we go. FUNKe, what's your opinion on League of Legends' toxic side? Genuinely, not as toxic as Smite. I haven't played that much League, so I'm not about to, you know, go into mass detail. Also, can I just use this, like, forever? There's no, specialty ammo? Okay. If so, I dig it. Later, Bo. Which means I'm back to backtracking. Actually, hold on. I should consult the map, see if there's any wave beam spots. Any missed spots. Ammo only becomes a thing in MP2. It's good to know. Oh wow, I have to like manually look everywhere to find. There's one in Magma Pool. 2 in Magma Pool. Okay. I'm just getting myself in a position where I know what I'm doing, rather than walking around blindly. I think Magma Pool is the play. FUNKe, have you experienced the TF2 hacker wave? I don't really boot up recently. I don't really boot up these days. And that's also like an EU thing, right? So just... no, I have not. But I have friends. I know what's happening. Alright. So there is another purple door in the ice area. I'm gonna go hit up. Can't remember where it was, though. Oh, here. Oh, perfect. I can run by the save room, too. It doesn't hurt to do this. I think if I learned anything from the last stream, it's to, not go 4 hours without saving. Alright, now I need to climb above me. Wait, climb above me? Do you wish you never got branded as a TF tuber? It doesn't feel like I ever was, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely observe that, like, I'm in the community. But I never really had people breathing down my neck, like it seems a lot of the people bothered by that are. I mean, obviously I would not consider myself that by name. But I'm not annoyed. I would prefer people not name me as such, I guess. I mean, there was definitely a time where, like, every upload I did was TF2, but it's been a little while since then, so. Oh, this will be helpful. surprisingly, I don't even really get comments asking, like, you need to make a TF2 video next. And when I first started trying to do more varied, you know, video game essays, I was really worried. Yeah, I wasn't, like, upset, but I was worried that people wouldn't really stick. And they would just say, yeah, okay, when's something TF2. But aside from, like, four comments per 1,000 or so, like a very small margin, I haven't been bothered. There was one comment on FUNKe VODs that I thought was interesting. And it said... Oh, where is it? Well, technically I don't run FUNKe VODs, but Sinister took a photo that I have to go locate in my desktop. It's not TF2, but according to Pete, he says, please stop swearing, it's really annoying, in the FUNKe VOD of Minecraft. And I take stuff like this to heart. These are the ones I worry a lot more about. So I'm sorry, Pete. I'm really freaking sorry, man. I'm gonna do my best to go the rest of this stream without swearing, for Pete. This one's for you, cunt. It's not me feeling bad about cursing to a younger audience. It's me feeling bad if they watch it with their parents in the room and then they get yelled at because of me. That's what I feel bad about. And I do. What if Pete's in chat right now? Well, he's not after I dropped the cunt word. I'm gonna try and rush through here. I think I've learned my lesson from hanging out in hallways. I don't generally set up the Nightbot command, so I hold no responsibility for what it says. Let's leave it at that. Why are you up at 5 a.m.? So I don't know who you're referring to. I'm sure it's someone else in chat, but don't you dare chastise them for being up at 5 a.m. Sleep schedules are inherently meaningless. They are a modern human concept. Think about it. Your ancestors, it would be beneficial to be a night owl because you could defend the tribe at night from potential predators. The need to go to sleep on a regular schedule is only a modern issue because, you know, most jobs require you to, like, be up early. But it's all arbitrary. It really doesn't matter what your sleep schedule is. FUNKe, that's not how that works. That's literally how that works. If that wasn't how it works, a lot of people wouldn't be night owls. You don't think your genetics plays any part in that? I mean, I'm not saying it's all my DNA. It's my DNA's fault that I slept in. I'm sorry, honey. I know I missed our marriage counseling, but 80,000 years ago, the Ooga Booga tribe had to fend off a lion at 7 a.m. So in my defense, you know, not sorry. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's really nothing inherently wrong with a upside-down sleep schedule. Great. Do I need a grapple? It doesn't seem like I have access anywhere up here. Oh wait, this is the speed one, right? Can I see it again? I didn't see what happened. I think a platform lowered. I don't know if you're funny or I'm just really giggly. I'm not going to shut down credit. Thank you. I'm gonna take credit even if it's not true. Maybe a little of both. We've been over this. This isn't a Funk milked the comedy stream. I just wanted to play this game. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm entertaining myself. And even that, it's marginal. Oh, good. This is a good outcome. This is fine. Well, I understand the gimmick of this area now, at least. Oh, wait. Those are already activated. What's the inspiration for the name Pavlovian conditioning of my Twitch points? It seems pretty self-explanatory to me. Does anyone else want to take a crack at explaining that? Do you know what Pavlov is? Do you know who that is? If not, go Google Pavlov's... Is it Pavlov's Law? It's a psychological phenomena. Uh-oh. I need to get below where I am. Pavlov's dog. Did you guys know that Pandora, or the Schrodinger's box was actually a vase? It wasn't actually a box. It was more like a capsule-shaped thing. I don't actually know where box caught on. Citation needed. I learned that on a podcast. I don't think Pandora's vase is quite as catchy. There's a command in Prime Hack to bind a button to do a morph ball jump, Funk. Yeah, I knew about that. It's just... people were telling me I could do a bomb jump. I don't mind. I'm fine with doing this. Funk, what podcast do you watch? Do you know what a podcast is? Right now, Radiolab is the one I listen to a lot. They just... I mean, I've been talking about them a lot the last few streams. But it's just like a scientifically researched podcast where they talk about completely random topics. Usually stuff relating to, like, the human brain or, like, society. You know, society. Just fun little topics, or nature, stuff like that. Dolphins getting hand jobs, that kind of stuff. Other than that, I don't subscribe to that many. The Artificial Intelligence podcast is a good one. It can get a little redundant, because there's only so much happening in AI. And really nothing else. Although I would probably give a shout out to the official podcast, and please stop talking, just because they're hosted by some people I know. But those aren't necessarily ones I follow. Oh, and also Radcast. Obviously, Raditude podcast. Thanks, Cole. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be jump dodging here, but it's working. Strategic. This is as Doom as it gets. I mean, if I unlock the grapple, this is just eternal. Okay, it takes 2 to bust those. What are your opinion on the Red album and Everything Will Be Alright in the End? The Red album, you know, I initially had a really positive opinion of it. Now it's kind of just like neutral. I thought the Red album was close to Weezer being experimental. It was sort of a half measure of experimental. The Red album is the Black album if the Black album was rock. If that makes sense. And I really appreciate the artistic merit. So on Weezer's Red album, there's a song called The Greatest Man That Ever Lived. You may have heard of it. You're in a funk stream, so you may have. And for all purposes, this song is pretty much Weezer's Bohemian Rhapsody. Every, like, 20 to 30 seconds, it takes on a different musical style. They do a take on Nirvana, a take on Van Halen, I think. A take on Weezer. A lot of different famous rock bands. And it's a cool song, it's just not... It doesn't hit as hard as Bohemian Rhapsody. Because all of them are rock-themed, they kind of feel a little derivative. But that's an example of artistic merit. That song has a lot of artistic merit. What else was on that album that had artistic merit? I don't know. I really like the drums on it, though. It had sort of a, not an unplugged feel of an album, but kind of a more... It's like if the Green album was a little more raw, but not quite as raw as the Blue album. Sort of an in-between the two. And Everything Will Be Alright in the End was just a good album across the board. Really could not name a song off of that I take qualms with. I would talk more, but it seems like nobody in chat cares whatsoever about what I'm saying, so I'm just gonna conclude the Weezer talk. It's a lot to take in. There's so many of these. I could totally see someone playing this game twice. Like one time just running through and playing it, and a second time eating up all of this lore. We care, please continue. I mean, I appreciate it. It's just... If I go on talking about something and not a single person in chat even responds to what I'm saying, my first interpretation is stop talking. That's just how streaming is. I thought the Red Album was passable. It gets over shit on. Just because it's kind of boring, is all. It's weird. This is probably the most Doom area of this game, but it also kind of feels tedious. More tedious than the prior areas. I think it's just because I'm not really a fan of the design of you have to clear the room before you can move on. That's a Resident Evil design. Hopefully I can find some rockets. This game looks like a really good Half-Life 2 mod. That's weirdly true. Looks like Hunt Down the Freeman 2, but not in VR. Which is a real thing. Okay, maybe I should lock on. I'm not very good at aiming these. You would figure aiming at the huge red box would help. Same era. It would not surprise me to learn that Metroid Prime was heavily inspired by Half-Life. Okay. Wasn't prepared for the jump scare section of this game. I genuinely almost pissed myself, and not just because I've gone 2 hours without pissing after drinking coffee. In fact, I'll be back in about 20 seconds, guys. Do you think there will be a Minecraft 2? I don't mean soon. I just mean given enough time, say 100 years, do you think a Minecraft 2 is inevitable? I feel like that's something Microsoft would do with their property. But it's not verifiable. Sorry, that's what I was thinking about while I was taking a piss. And I personally concluded no. A Minecraft Season Pass. No thanks. Is it cheating? Yes. to be honest, if I had to complain about one thing about Minecraft, it's I think Mojang has cold feet about adding new content, and the game has really, really suffered from it. So it's not that I think they could make a Minecraft 2, but it wouldn't shock me if at some point they made, like, a Minecraft AU, alternate universe Minecraft. So it's the same game, but with way more experimental content, a la Terraria. Because it's quite evident that that's never going to get produced for the actual game. Honestly, I think they used the modding scene to kind of justify that too. Oh, you don't like what our game doesn't have? Add it yourself. But at some point, they have to sell that for money, right? I mean, I guess Minecraft sells so well itself, you don't really need to. Just my food for thought. You mean story mode? No, I don't. Because story mode is not that. Story mode isn't even a game. Did you guys know that Minecraft story mode is now on Netflix? I learned this when I was hanging out with some friends, and we turned on Netflix and started playing Minecraft story mode. And the funniest thing we concluded was that there's probably some 8-year-old who has watched the entirety of that game on Netflix twice just to get all of the different dialogue options. If you know what a Telltale game is, you totally understand why that works. I'm not fucking with you, by the way. It's like an actual thing. In Telltale games, the biggest decisions you have to make is just picking one of 3 dialogue options, and it's just that. It's like that Black Mirror that came out, where you get to pick, and the sections where you normally, like, spam a button to build, it's just a cutscene now. But the entire game, to my knowledge, is on Netflix. So if you want to play a Telltale game that I don't think you can even buy anymore because fuck Telltale, then there's still an option. If you had charge, you could be stunning these pirates. I think I'm gonna have to backtrack and go find the charge. I just don't know where it is. I think it's somewhere in between the first... somewhere after the first boss, but I don't know. I'm getting by. That might be something I do off-stream. I may, after this stream, in my free time, go around reading logs and go find the charge beam. I'm definitely not doing myself any favors right now, though. Space Pirate. I'm trying to pull out my charge gun, but it's being a little buggy. Y'all ever just stop to read lore mid-combat? Space Pirate. I'm mid-literature! You're very rude. Oh look, even he wants to read. He ran up to it. If there's one thing that can unite society, it's a good book. This sounds, I kid you not, just like my puppy when it's 9 a.m. and my roommates haven't let her out and she starts howling. She makes that exact sound. Which it doesn't happen often, but that was uncannily close. I know it's a whale, but sonically speaking. Okay, just wanted a couple more rockets. I should pay attention here. Our initial tests exposing Talon IV's indigenous parasites to Phazon appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects, as well as unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen and an appearance of a second ring of mandibles. So they're just evolving to be more grotesque and spider-like, it sounds like. You know, honestly, I think my favorite instance of logbooks in any game is Cinnabar Island in Pokemon. I don't know why, but I'm really nostalgic for going to Cinnabar Island and reading about Mew. I feel like that was the perfect amount of simple, streamlined lore that isn't too long. Just a couple of books with like 3 sentences worth of information. It was the sweet spot. There's a point where there's just too much info. So, there should be an entrance. Up here. You know what? Oh. What did you think about the audio logs in BioShock? You know, that would be a great example, too. The great thing about how BioShock does it is you find recordings, right? Tapes of various people in the BioShock world, and you can just play it. But the real genius behind it was a way to take in lore without pausing everything the player is doing. You could just click it, it's on, and then you get to keep playing. So you could keep looking for items while listening to lore. In instances like this, it works, but you have to stop everything. Transfer specimen 344 to Lab Hydra complete. Further infusion suspended pending security assessment. Like, I have paused the entire universe to read this, and it really messes with the pacing of the game as a player. I'm not saying it's unredeemable, but were this to do it how BioShock does, I would just find a tape, grab it, hit J, and keep playing while I listen to the lore. And I'm a sucker for voice acting in the first place. I just love hearing things. Also, fuck. That's a good example, too. Oh, man. I'm having genuine trouble in this section. FUNKe favorite voice actors. Dante Bosco, the voice actor for Zuko in The Last Avatar. I know he's kind of a one-note voice actor. So, like, he only does one voice and it's his real voice. But I thought he did a great job selling Zuko. This might be a controversial one, but Vic Mignogna. I thought he sold Edward Elric phenomenally. His voice is Edward Elric to me. Vic Mignogna, I don't know too much about it, but he's got caught in the crossfire of some controversy about conduct at conventions, I think. But it was like a really muddy controversy where there was kind of getting like mud flung from a lot of different sides. I don't know much about it, but as a voice actor, I really enjoyed his performance. He's one of my favorites. Sean Schemmel is Goku. He just is. And I'm not a major fan of Sean Schemmel for a couple of reasons. He went on record once saying that people who make a bridge series on YouTube should respect the property and not do it. Because someone asked him, like, how do you feel about Dragon Ball Z Abridged? And he said, I think you should respect Toei Animation and not make it because they asked you not to. I don't agree with that. I'm a vehement advocate of fair use, and parody law falls under that. And I get it. Sean Schemmel, he's in the industry. He's just trying to do his job. But aside from that, you know, I think he really did sell Goku in the English dub. Who else? Who else? Those are really the examples that pop off of my head. If you wanted me to name, like, Japanese examples, I probably could not go into it. L in the dub of Death Note. I thought he had a really fitting voice for L, which is the black-haired one for those with like a marginal understanding. I've listened to the sub of Death Note. He sounds more juvenile. It doesn't sell for me. Dub Joseph Joestar, that dude. Fucking 10 out of 10. And I just cursed right there after I promised my YouTube viewer I wouldn't. So that's how much I mean it. Here's the thing. I love Nigel Uno. The guy who did the dub voice actor of Joseph Joestar, he also voiced Nigel Uno in Kids Next Door. I think he's a great voice actor. He is not Joseph Joestar to me. He just has like a very comical voice. Lisa! Will you train me in the art of Hamon? He just has like a very flanderized, I don't know, sense of talking. He doesn't sell it for me. The sub of Joseph is the real voice actor. I thought old Joseph's voice was fitting, though. I thought the guy who did that did a solid job. I thought he could have sold the "Oh my God!" a little bit better, but he did a fine job. He did all I could ask for. Yeah, number one's a JoJo. But like for his normal voice, he sold it. I don't know the name of that voice actor. I know that he died. I think he died recently. Old Joseph's voice actor. So, pour one out for him. This is the fight. I don't know how to kill these any faster. I don't have a charge shot. I do have 20 missiles, though. But I'm kind of trying to save them for these. It's weird that I know the voice actor for Old Joseph died, but I don't know his name. You would figure those two things go hand in hand. FUNKe, aren't you a dub voice actor? Not on my resume. I wouldn't mind. No. There was a brief time where I would go on dub casting sites and just see if I could, like, land a role. I never did. There were a couple of random projects I got selected for, just like fan projects, but they never amounted to anything. There was someone trying to do a fan dub of, like, a My Hero OVA, and I got casted as that lightning kid. But the person working on it had, like, school or something, so it never happened. Let me out! Let me fucking out of here, please! Oh my god! I beg you! I just want to go home and see my dog! Oh. What happened? Okay. There was someone trying to make an abridged series of The Legend of Korra, and I tried out to be Bolin. I was well received, but I think the project got cancelled. So, nothing on my resume thus far. I've lent my voice to, like, spare SFN animations sometime, like, years ago, but really nothing meaningful. FUNKe, any characters that would fit your voice? I don't feel like I can make that judgment call. What do you as a viewer think my voice would fit in? Or fit as? I don't know. And don't say generic anime nerd. My range isn't that impressive. This is the lowest I can go, and this is the highest I can go. Well, I'm not breathing from the diaphragm right now, I'm sorry. I could do better. But Gary Oak. I'll take that. You know what? I'll take Gary Oak. Thank you. That's a compliment. More like ass suck 'em! Or something like that, I don't know. I don't know. The thing about voice acting is you have to go all in. You have to move to LA, do the whole shebang, get a manager, just constantly sending out auditions. I think it's a kind of thing I could conceptually get into, but it's not something I know that I would succeed in. I have no... it's not like I'm sitting on enough budget to just move out to LA and pursue voice acting. I know a couple voice act, like I know people in LA who are doing it, but I don't have connections by any sense of the word. Use the spinners at the base of the projector to move the arms into place. You'd be a great shadow. I'll take that. Also, I don't really practice. I get very... I try not to do funny voices much, just because, you know, that's a skill you have to hone. And I'm still trying to not be embarrassed talking in my normal voice. Sokka, Charmy B. What the hell are all of these examples? Gary Oak, Sokka, Charmy B. Shadow. You're just naming funny voices I've done in previous streams. Not even kidding. I guess I did a good job, huh? Really stuck in your head. Itachi Uchiha. Okay, you're just making things up now. That's not right. I don't know. I could see, personality-wise, something like Sokka or Bolin. Back when I would send out auditions for little projects, that was usually the kind of character I would look for. You know, something a little flamboyant and maybe a little annoying. But again, that's That's maybe for like 4 years down the line, Funk. The one that failed being a YouTuber and is desperately still trying to make it in the entertainment industry. So he becomes a voice actor for a brief stunt. For like an 8-month gap before he runs out of savings. I could see that happening. It keeps pushing me out. It won't let me stay in. I don't... Am I doing something wrong? It won't... It's like trying to push two magnets together on opposite ends. Okay, clearly that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. Hold on, I gotta go read around. Batman is an easy pick for you. I think that's a stretch. I appreciate all of the input though. I will be sure to take it into account. I thought that would be a more impressive burp. That was really pathetic. You probably couldn't even tell I burped. It was so quiet. Okay, what am I looking at? A lot has changed. Holographic projector extensions are currently inactive and need to be manually rotated. Use the spinner at the base of the projector to move the arms. These, right? No, I can definitely enter these. I think I just had to wait for the right time to. Also, wrong button. Can we get a poll for Funk's Vest VA? Yeah, do that. And whoever wins, I will try out for vehemently until I get the role. If Batman wins, then I'll go down to Warner Brothers and start cracking heads. No, voice acting is probably one of like not one of the hardest entertainment industries to break into, but it requires so many more things than you would expect. Especially if you're trying to just get into, you know, video games or anime. Most voice actors start off doing, like, commercials. The problem is a lot of upcoming voice actors, they just want to go straight to anime. So they're not trying out to be in a Swiffer commercial. They just want to be Kirito day one. And there are some studios that'll take in unknown names. JoJo Part 5's doing a decent job of picking up people that aren't traditionally big in the industry. I think one of the greatest mistakes of the anime industry is they use the same fucking 4 voices. I'm generic young male anime character. I'm generic brooding anime character. I'm cutesy girl anime character. I'm tomboyish anime girl character. And that's it. That's the 4 voices of anime. So I appreciate when there's a studio that's like, hey, you have like 2 previous roles? Fuck it. You're the lead role. You're Giorno. Chris Sabat as a big tough character. Yeah, Chris Sabat is the... I believe he picks he does a lot of the voice actor picking for Funimation currently. And, you know, I'll give him credit. Like, he's picked up people from Team 4-Star just to give them, you know, some cred. But I think Funimation has a bad issue of using the same voice actors. For example, Chris Sabat voicing every character of over 300 pounds. I'm not a fan of that. Two-thirds of the girls in Isaacan are unknown voice actors. I didn't know that, but I love that show, so that's great. Need more of that in the industry. Parkour! Oh, I can do this. You can't do this shit on Wii. I mean, you can, but it would be extremely frustrating. Maybe that should be my New Year's resolution. Get really good at funny voices. Become a voice actor a few years down the line. God, what I wouldn't give for a charge shot right now. Become Vinesauce or Germa. Yeah, I'm 50% there if YouTube comments are anything to go by. Just embrace it. There's two of them. I distinctly remember this boss in Vanquish 2 weeks ago. Maybe I should lock on. No, lock on's for bitches. Where'd he go? No, where did he... Hello? Are you just... You having a wank? Need some privacy? Oh, he's just hiding in a silo. Okay. It's an unconventional mini-boss, but... I think I can muster up the courage to win. I think I'm hard locked. Just gotta stay. I can't tell if this is a scripted sequence or if I need to leave. I think the former. Also, don't worry about seeing my own eyes in the reflection. It'll scare you at first, but you get used to it. You probably can't notice, but I am moving as if this were a arena shooter. Utilizing high ground as much as possible, because explosive weapons are harder to hit midair. Especially if you're an AI. Just a fun fact, if you're getting killed a lot on Scout, then jump on top of boxes. That's how you up your survivability. This is the wrong way. Oh, thanks, Dopey. Doppy with 3 P. One of those. Thank you. You could contact Gears for Breakfast to see if they'd let you. Maybe. But they follow, like, 8 of my friends on Twitter and not me, and I'm starting to get the feeling they just... it's intentional. Maybe that's self-aggrandizing. to feel, left out, but... Nah. I could I'm not too worried about breaking into the voice acting industry. Also, that's really something they contact you. I'll give them my business card, but that's as much as I can really do. What if they're too shy to follow you? Yeah, that's true. Maybe they're just afraid to show their feelings. But no, that's not true, because I remember there's a poster in Hat in Time that says FUNKe on it, and people were convinced it was a reference to me, and they went out and clarified that it wasn't a reference to me. They know. They know. I'm almost more humbled by the fact that they went out of the way for that. It was a reference to Wally. But I still claim credit. By the way, I have to completely redo this fight just because I reloaded the area. So this is my bad. And he is literally clipping out of the map. Where are you going? Yeah, I know where to go. I'm kind of trying to get there. It's weird seeing someone play without lock-on. I have it, it's just... It's for pussies. On one hand, I am robbing myself of the true, genuine Metroid Prime experience, but on the other hand, it's a video game. Get off my ass. I wasn't speaking, like, specifically. I was making a joke. Yo, it's a Metroid! That's what those are called, right? A Metroid? Look at that. No, wait, I'm Metroid. That's a Prime. Oh, wait, that actually is a Metroid. I was trying to make a stupid joke. Okay. No, that's a head crab. You know, I played a couple of hours of Boneworks, and VR head crabs, one of the coolest uses of VR. The head crabs in Boneworks, they jump on your face, and if they get control, you basically load into a VR room within the VR game. Like a simulation within the simulation. It's actually a very clever use of it. Terrifying. The stuff of horrors. Stream Boneworks Funk? I don't know, I don't feel like that's really a stream-worthy game. That's a kind of game you just gotta play and experience. Watching VR doesn't do it justice. The exception is if it's like VR chat, where the whole charm is just that you're talking to people, so the VR doesn't really matter. That's just an immersion tactic. But with Boneworks, you know, I don't think you watching me hug up against a climbable wall is gonna be content. Which is just me making excuses for saying I don't want to stream it. Where you going, buddy? As a huge fan of the 2D Metroid Prime games and a fan of some FPS games, should I try out the Prime series? It seems like you've answered your own question with your question. Hey Funk, I like Metroid and FPS games. Should I play a Metroid FPS game? I don't know, man. That sounds like a gamble. I wouldn't risk it. You need the streamer's approval, right? Well, I'm having fun, and I haven't put in more than 2 hours of 2D Metroid, so that should be saying something. But I also main Zero Suit, so maybe I have some bias. That is the most clear I've ever seen my own eyes. And I sell mirrors for a living. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to lock on. This isn't fair. I mean, this is a cool, like, premise for a fight. It's just a lot. Actually, I bet if I just use Power Beam, I could win this. No lock-on. I've put in enough hours on Orisa. This sort of weapon is second nature to me. This is basically playing Orisa against a Farah, right? To put it in gamer terms. But I can also double jump. I'm gonna allow myself to lock on just for these, because I have far proven I cannot kill those alone. Orisa against a Farah lull. That's not even a bad matchup. Sorry. Orisa slaps Farahs out of the air. Although they did nerf her shield, and they nerfed her Fortify, I think. So she's probably trash now. I haven't played in months, but she's probably trash. 'Cause I can't have anything in life. First, my combat horse isn't meta, then it's so meta that everyone wants to play it, so I can't play it. Then they nerf her so much that she's not playable anymore. Can't catch a break. And I was still of the opinion that they shouldn't nerf shield health in Overwatch. They should have added a head hitbox to the back of every shield. So that if you flank behind tanks, you could do double damage to them. But no, that would require way too much skill and planning. Just make them useless. So I need to unlock these. I feel like I did this backwards. Like, I was supposed to do this as I defeated the flying enemies and gradually climbed up. But I climbed to the top, killed them, then went to the bottom and unlocked. Whatever, it works. Oh, I don't have a keybind for that. Set it to E. Oh wait, no, hold on. Sorry, I have to pause for a second. Visor 1. Huh? It's like a weird bind. It's like 1 and then E? Oh, there we go. I found it. Oh, this is trippy. Is it worth playing a game you're watching someone play? It depends. I mean, a game like this, if you watch a whole Let's Play of it, you've kind of played the game. You kind of know. But a game like, you know, Minecraft, for example, it's kind of different circumstances. I think it's all about whether or not a game has emergent gameplay. Breath of the Wild has emergent gameplay, Minecraft. Just the idea that there are multiple solutions to stuff. And you can run into different things that other players might not run into is an example of emergent gameplay. A game like Metroid Prime is not that emergent, but at the same time, it's a Metroidvania. Which means you don't have to do things in a certain order, usually. So I guess kind of. Like, you don't have to clear doors in the same order I do, necessarily. You'll probably do it in a similar order. Maybe I should lock on. You know what, the problem is I'm using my charge beam for things that are mid-air. It doesn't seem like I... Can you not use charge beam and thermal visor at the same time? I think the way my binds are set out, I can only use them together. Oh, that's weird. Or not charge beam, wave beam. Whatever. I've never seen someone get this far without picking up certain items. I'm just a special snowflake. I like to do things a different way. I'm doing a deprived route. I'm depriving myself of fun. This door has no power. Me and this door have a lot in common. It's hard to tell what I'm looking at. I think there's a vent in front of a valve entrance. Uh-oh. Holy shit. Even with thermal visor, I cannot tell what I'm looking at. You know what I've always wondered? If the ability to go invisible was a real-life superpower, could you still be traceable with a thermal camera? Because presumably if you're capable of masking yourself from both sides, then there has to be some way to mask your heat signature, right? I know that's a strange thing to think. How far back am I? I'm worried I'm, like, way too far back. Like, at the bottom of that thing. but I don't want to hit my save state because I don't know how far back that is either. Hold on, I could do 2 save states. Oh, hold on, I loaded the wrong one. Nope, that's too far back. I think I'm just gonna have to play through it again. Oh well. It's fine. It's not that the area took long, it's just that I wasted time standing around. Don't we already have stuff that covers heat signatures? Yeah, it's called a coat, idiot. Oh wait, this is behind. Oh, I thought it was ahead. Huh. Got my work cut out for me then. Yeah, I think off stream I'll go find the charge beam. Just get myself properly in order. I've been told several times that it's a miracle I've gotten where I am. I'm using lock-on. I don't feel bad about it. Oh wow, 2 missiles will obliterate them. I'm realizing that this game falls in line with the same aesthetic of every game that I play, which is sci-fi. Sci-fi pseudo-mech games. I went from playing Vanquish to another game where I have a suit of armor. Some things never change. I'm playing Bayonetta next. No, I'm playing Resident Evil 2. I'm not playing a sci-fi game. Although I guess Bayonetta is like kind of... not really. Nah, play Halo. It'd probably be fun to play Forge. But that's really the extent of it. Oh, you're a gamer? Name every game. That's easy, though. I have a Garfield plug-in play. That has every game.
Recording to logbook.
I've actually played through all of DMC Wiki. One of my OAT hack and slash games. I can prove it because I've probably talked about it at least 5 times through the playthrough of this game alone. Furthermore, 5 isn't a low ball. Glass! I got glass in my eye! Play Nier Automata? I have played. The one before Nier Automata, I have not played, but it didn't seem like the reviews were that raving for the original. Also, it doesn't have 2B's ass in it, so kind of a hard sell for me. Nothing personal. There is an achievement in Nier Automata for looking up your player's skirt while you're climbing a ladder. And you're trying to convince me to play a different game? I'm ready. What about Metal Gear Solid? Bro. I had the GameCube Metal Gear Solid 1 through P... What? P? What? Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3 combo pack. I had all three on a... I had a collection of the discs. Although, it's been a long time since I played Metal Gear, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'm speedrunning until I get back where I was. Which will be pretty shortly, actually. FUNKe, 2B's ass has more polygons than the new Kratos' face. As it should. Is that a I don't see the issue here. Oh, I think I missed one. Finally using lock-on? I'm not proud of it, I just didn't feel like doing all of that stuff again. Oh wait, hold on. Is there a third wire I'm not seeing? There's still one more I gotta turn off. Hold on. Save? Chill, Mom. I'll get there. Oh, there's one at the tippy top that I missed when I entered the room. 5 a.m. UK time Twitch binge at your service. You don't need a streamer to acknowledge you. You need a doctor. And a therapist. You need a doctor-pist. A theraper. Just gonna, you know, hit that S. Oh, hello. The additional issue is normally in Metroid Prime, I think your camera is locked and your hand moves freely. But because of the build of Dolphin I'm using for FPS, it ends up looking like an aimbot when I use it. Just makes me look more skillful. Like a more hardcore gamer. As if that's even possible. I can't recall which door I had to run to, if it was on the bottom floor. Or up here. The game's just playing itself at this point. So yeah, that's a pretty Nintendo game. A blast of electrical energy will energize the conduit. Okay. One more save. Oh my... Ugh. Yeah, I think lock-on is a necessity for the thermal level. Unfortunately. I remember being stuck on a door somewhere as a kid for 3 hours, giving up, then never picking this game up again. Yeah, I kinda had that with Symphony of the Night. Metroidvanias are the ultimate test for a kid just getting into gaming. If you're under the age of 16 and you can beat a Metroidvania, then you win. You're a gamer. You earned the right. You don't have to play Call of Duty. You don't have to play God of War. You don't have to prove anything. You won gaming. But obviously you have to beat it without save stating. You didn't actually beat the game. Which, at this point, this is such a diluted Metroid Prime experience that, yeah, maybe I didn't really play it. I'll take that. But I'm enjoying myself. Look at me, I went through all of the steps to make this a true FPS game, and I'm still relying on lock-on. It's not even that I need it, it's just so goddamn convenient. It's just so useful. Wow, that was a really clever instrumentation. Like a monster voice synthesizer. Isn't lock-on the normal way of playing? Yeah, but it's meant to be more like an on-rails arcade shooter, where you don't really control the camera as much as you do the arm. But because I'm controlling the camera, I'm completely ignoring that gimmick and just locking on, which makes it redundant. Or it's more fair to say in normal Metroid Prime, I think the camera follows your hand. But here, I am the cam. I made it. I feel like I left something. There was a door down there, but I don't have the ability yet to actually open that. So, not my problem. Gonna go use my thermal visor somewhere else, I guess. Didn't I plan on going to the magma area? I feel like I was trying to do something and I totally blanked and forgot about it. I got sidetracked. Yeah, that's a Metroidvania game. Alright, this is the last room I'll lock on. I'll go back after I get out of this area. I'm starting to get nauseous anyways. I have to say though, Samus has solid neck support. She definitely plays Osu with her tracking abilities. Like a bloodhound, the girl. Damn, the whole facility lights went out, didn't they? I don't think the FPS mechanics are of real importance. Maybe not, but I find personal entertainment in it. I like shooting. Okay, so in the watery hall, there's a weapon upgrade. And I don't know where I am relative to this. But I don't think it's near me. I gotta get all... Oh my god, I gotta go all the way to the Chozo Ruins. And make my way there. Hold on. Papa's gotta stop by the side of the road and ask for directions. Find an elevator to the Chozo Ruins. Magmore Caves. I know that one connects, but it's like a walk. Is there a faster route? Jeez, it's so slow to move, too. There's a fast travel from Snow to Chozo? Is there? A fast travel? Well, the problem is finding that's a whole different thing now. What is that? I'm just gonna go save right now. I'm near a room anyways. Favorite Part 6 stand. Foo Fighter. Okay. Missile recharge, elevator, hint. There's nothing on the menu that gives me a good idea of how to fastest get to Chozo Ruins. Although I do see a couple unentered doors. That looks sketchy. I think that's the valley I got my half-pipe upgrade. Chapel of the Elders. This isn't helping. I was told that there's a fast travel, presumably in here. I think that little squidget might be it. Hold on, let me look at the layout. No, that doesn't go to Chozo. It would be one of these. I guess I'll just go in this direction. I'll go north. Not that there's a compass on my view. Wait, you can't see the mini-map in thermal mode? That's fucked up. So I just have to go through this whole facility in black fucking darkness. Pitch black. An elevator. Actually, I did notice like a really tall structure, but it's hard to tell what's a fast travel or not. It's either the canyon or hell if I know. And that canyon is a damn walk. Oh man, alright. I'm gonna get moving. It does not help that I have to keep leaving to check my map. It's so zoomed in. Later, Redimer. Alright, this is a good sign. Oh wait, this leads to the watchtower. Which leads to the core, which isn't where I want to go. Fuck. Oh man. I don't... it's gonna be very, backtrack heavy. And the thing is, I didn't Try to get into 12 a.m. And there's about 2 people in my chat. So I'm hedging whether or not I even want to do this right now. Oh, I'm sorry, there were 4 people. I need to enter that lower one. I can tell you, this is like an immersive game. I really feel like Super Metroid. So to say, I feel invested. I don't know what that symbol is. I got the thermal on. Oh, I think it's room locked. Gotta kill everything. Just because I don't talk doesn't mean I'm not here. I'm not saying that, it's just... If I'm streaming, and it's at the point I'm talking to myself, then it's not fun. There's no obligation to talk, I'm not trying to say that, I just mean... I have to hedge my own entertainment value. Also, the coffee I've drank today can only keep me running for so long. There's a point where I just gotta sleep. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of the must-clear rooms. I got enough of this shit when I was playing Devil May Cry. I'm just not a fan of room designs where you're not allowed to leave. But I think I'm good. I got places to be. I'll see you around. Did you like them in Devil May Cry? Well, it works. It's I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not my favorite mechanic regardless, but it at least works in a game like Resident Evil. Actually, no, not Resident Evil. In Devil May Cry, where you have to clear the room, because that's how the game's designed. Resident Evil didn't have that. You could walk through doors. And the zombies could open doors, which was kind of fucking terrifying. If anything, I kind of preferred that design of Resident Evil. Where, yeah, you could just walk through them, but nothing's gonna stop them from chasing you. That said, I can forgive it here, just because, like, it's obviously a theme. It's thematic. It's not like the whole game is this way. I think I need to find another valve and charge it. Scan indicates the presence of a power conduit behind it. And it said that it's fragmented, but I can't blow it up. Yeah, that's definitely behind there. Last time I was able to destroy it with a missile, or a similar thing. But it seems like I need to get a different upgrade. That reminds me of that other statue by the artifact. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I think the upgrade they're shepherding me towards in the Chozo ruins, it's likely this over here. I'm gonna take a bet and say this is like a super missile. Something that busts harder materials. You should have the power missile by now. I got some bad news for myself then. Fuck, how did I miss so many important things? I had people watching me the whole time I played, and no one was ever like, Bro, you missed it. He has Super Missile, but he doesn't have Power Shot to use it. Oh. It was, like, connected. Oh, okay. Well, then that's probably what I'm going to get. Just the accessory piece. Which means I need to continue onwards to the Chozo Ruins. I think this canyon might have a shortcut. I could be wrong, though. Guess that's what exploring's for, isn't it? I'm playing it my way. My experience is different. It differs from yours. This is definitely not the right way to be going. But I'm kind of hinging on it right now. It's already almost 3 hours. Holy shit. Yeah? I mean, in the grand scheme, 3 hours is pretty chump change for me. Stream-wise. Although these days I don't tend to go quite as long. I used to go like 5 hours every night. But those are usually nights where I would stream, you know, 2 to 3 games at once. It doesn't have a shortcut unless it's a marked elevator. Well, this is the only elevator available to me, it seems like. I think I'm just gonna have to book it through the Magmore. Which I can find that. That's fine. And that it's not even out of the way. It just means I have to go to this entrance. Then... go here. But where's the other elevator? Here. So I gotta get from... Okay. Is this a speed run? Dude, I barely have an understanding of where I am as we speak. Yeah, it's... Hell yeah, it's a speed run. No, it is a blind run, through and through. I am experiencing the game firsthand. Magmore is basically a highway in this game. Huh. An interesting allegory. It's not an allegory. An interesting analogy. I wish I could increase the size of the map without having to, like, fully commit, you know? That's one thing I like in some other Metroidvanias. It's less of a commitment, really looking at the map. Did you get the boost ball? Yeah, no, I'm set up. From what I know, I don't think I've missed anything around this area. I think it was towards, like, the hub of the game. I missed a couple of routes that would give me very useful upgrades. Exclamation mark mods will tell you how I'm playing it. It is not on a console. Alright. I've been through Magmore enough that I kind of know my way around. I'm curious, does Metroid Prime 2 and 3 iterate heavily on the series, or does it stay pretty close to the formula, just expanded on? Because this is definitely a formula where it's just you could totally drop me in a new area, but follow the same design. But it wouldn't surprise me if they introduced a whole new element to it. Like, made the morph balling more platform heavy or something like that. I'm going into everything blind, so it's all new to me. Stays pretty close to the formula. 3 changes it a little bit, but alright. I follow. Pretty faithful. It's fine with me. This is... I mean, I always welcome iteration, but I'm totally cool with just building on it. I wonder if I could just run through this area. I'm tired of Morph Ball. Fuck Morph Ball, I'm just gonna walk. Damn, it is suffering that I don't get the grapple earlier, though. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. Of course, they save best for last. I get it. Gotta earn it. I guess the reason that I was able to miss the charge shot so nonchalantly is just because I'm playing the game differently enough. I don't think I need to rely on heavy hitting quite as much. Like, I'm not in dire need of the ability to one-shot a group. Whereas if you were playing on controller or something, it might be a bit more preferable, even with lock-on. But that's just a theory. Where did you find your ROM? Oh, I burned it from my real, legally obtained disc of Metroid Prime Trilogy, which are commonplace and easy to purchase. Don't you know? I genuinely could not give you a source. I think there are Twitch rules against that. I can just say I found a Reddit post that linked a couple of very useful sites, and leave it at that. There we go, that wasn't so bad. That was actually a pretty quick little trip. I never get tired of seeing this exact same elevator animation. Alright, so this is where I needed to be. I need to locate the Watery Hall. Just take a right outside the elevator. Can't miss it. Tip, save so if you die, you don't have to do all that running. I'm glad you said that, because I totally would have not done it. It looks like there's a save point pretty close. I'm gonna run over here. It would be kind of wasteful to try and, like, run the opposite direction. And I'm so confident that I'll make it there, I'm not even gonna save state. Do it legit. Gotta earn it. They should remaster this for the Switch. They're gonna. I'm pretty damn confident they're going to. You don't release a sequel to a game and not have it available on the console of the sequel. I think what they're doing is they're saving the release of this. Probably not even a well, it is Nintendo. I wouldn't put it below them to fully not remaster, but like really touch up the game. I think it's going to be on Switch, but they're going to wait until probably like 6 months prior to their confident Metroid Prime 4 date. The problem is they don't have a confident date. I don't think they even have a confident year yet, to be honest, so... But it's going to happen. My prediction... 2021 winter. they're gonna release the trilogy. What I would love to say is they're going to release a GameCube Virtual Console and it will include Metroid Prime. But I think that's talking out of my ass and being a little too optimistic. So I'm just gonna say late 2021, Trilogy gets put out as a pack of a upscale, not a remaster, but just a port. A port with some quality of life tweaks. And then Metroid Prime 4, roughly like 6 to 8 months later. I think that would probably be the best bet. So if we translate that into reality, then roughly 2027, we might maybe see the trilogy get released. Maybe. Don't hold me to it. Which, you know, honestly, I'll buy it. Even if I've already played through. I can't exactly say that I've purchased it today. So I owe them that much. I'll buy a Samus plushie and call us even. In 20 years, I think we'll see game companies accept emulation and support it, don't you think? I mean, don't PlayStation and Xbox already have pretty good histories of backwards compatibility? That's basically the same thing. That's even better. That's, hey, do you own a disc of this game? Alright, use it. I would say backwards compatibility is preferable to supporting emulation, but the next best thing is adding a virtual console. The problem is, Nintendo seems to be of the opinion it's better to resell the game than it is to redistribute the game indirectly. I'm missing the heavy logo. Gotta look around. I mean, I'm not gonna get into the discussion of why it would be so beneficial for Nintendo to add a GameCube Virtual Console. I think we all know the merits of that. I'll just say I think it should be industry standard to do that sort of thing. Nintendo just happens to be like a really bad example because they do so much whenever they release a new console that it almost justifies alienating their old games and not having backwards compatibility. Like, the Switch is so different from the Wii that, yeah, I kind of get it. You probably had to cut a lot of hardware just to make this shit work. To make it work portably. But at the same time, like... Come on. Just pull out your GameCube, bro, and your CRTV. You don't have a CRTV? You fucking idiot. Just get an adapter. Negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon, Ivy, and a night as a spider weaves a web. Charlotte's Web. Ooh. Why haven't anyone marketed to Melee players and start selling CRTVs? Why, like, Nintendo made a SNES Mini. So make a mini CRTV and sell that shit. People would buy it. A mini CRTV. And it would also function as a Switch dock. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm sorry. We're getting towards 1 a.m. I usually don't stream this late. If I start saying weird shit, it's because I don't think ahead. Oh wait, there's a missile door that I missed. I'm a dummy. You should read how to use super missiles. It requires a charge shot, I've been told, and I don't have the charge shot. If it's a different bind, then I guess I do need to look it up. I just wasn't under the impression I could use it. You just got it? Was that the charge me? Oh! Was I was able to find that. These are all green doors. Huh. Wait, no, they're open doors. I don't... Okay. Whatever. Well, cool. I have access now. Sufficient blast damage will open it, I'm told. I don't know why I didn't do the missile first. Alright, I have to at least cut myself off in like 20 minutes. I'm gonna keep playing, but it's clear my brain fumes are quickly dissipating. I cannot look that high. I bet I can still hit it though. Little overkill. This is to help with rent. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't have alerts on, but thank you. Nope, don't have that upgrade yet. I think that's the extent of what I'll get out of this room, because I need another upgrade to go up there. Cool. Well, I guess I don't have to play off stream to get the charge shot now. I mean, I probably still will, just to, like, go read lore logs. But don't have to worry about getting soft-locked anywhere. When will Sesh 3 be? Tomorrow's Monday. I don't have, like, plans to go out of the house, but I was figuring I'd probably just work on editing stuff. So if not tomorrow, then, you know, shortly thereafter. Maybe Tuesday. I don't know. I usually I like to sort of split up my streams, and, you know, if I play something too many nights in a row, I just play something else. But I'm liking just binging through this game. I want to beat this, so. Any hints on the next video? Nope. I've talked about it too many times. It bears repeating, and it just... The more I talk about it, the less likely it's gonna get done. Figure it out. So, I've unlocked a charge shot. I can think of 2 specific areas I could go to. One is that artifact room. The other one, I can't remember where it is. But I know... I think it was near where I got the thermal. Should we tell you how to use supers? What do you mean? Is it a separate thing? I just assumed it was charge-shotting with different weapons. I want to hit a bird. Oh my god. just gonna look around really quick, see if I find any unentered doors. Oh, there's one. Ruined Shrine. I think I'm going in that direction already. Yeah, I'm gonna go hit that door up. Might as well. I can feel my emulator chugging with every time I open the map. Sorry, I'm just trying to like run through this as fast as possible. Don't want to get caught up in some wrong way. Also, in my defense, I've been using this map sufficiently, I feel like, the whole stream. I think what really taught me was when I learned how to zoom out efficiently. I kept getting confused by this because I didn't understand the color, but that's mostly just because I never moved it around. No, initially I had concerns about the mapping system, but it's grown on me. I really don't have too many complaints, other than maybe I wish I could spin it, you know, kind of faster. Oh wait, there's two. There's a magma pool one, and there's... Where's that other one? Magma pool and ruined shrine both have doors to explore. I think I came from... whatever. Come back to it. It's like I'm getting pool water covered in my face. Oh. Initial expansion acquired. That'll be useful. The blue goop looks like gusher fluid. Strangely specific. I was gonna say it looks like baby bottle pop after you've licked the top and you've dipped it into the powder, so now it's like a weird, gross half slime. And it's uncomfortable to eat, but it still tastes like sugar, so you eat it anyways. I was gonna say it looked like that, but yours was better. I can do that, pineapple. Thank you. Oh. Well, there's definitely a purple door up there. I just don't think I have access to it yet. I almost feel like I could double jump that, though. No, that ain't it. Oh wait, it's connected. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's connected to that charge thing. Come back later. Really? There's two of them in this room. Wow. That would have been useful on the level where I was extremely reliant on missiles. One time I had a push pop, it opened in my pocket, and now the pocket is sticky. A push pop? Isn't that ice cream? Why did you have a push pop in your pocket? Or is that a candy? That's, the hard candy. I hope you learned your lesson and stopped putting push pops in your pocket, then. So, there was another one over here I wanted to go hit. Wow, I'm racking up all of the missed items right now. I'm glad I went a little longer than I intended. Why don't more games design themselves around you having a physical map in your hands while you play? Are there that many? I can't think of a game that sold with a physical map that would help you when you played. Oh, that's why I couldn't get there. I need the grapple. Minecraft? What? I have no clue what you're on about. I was thinking of the Nakey Jakey Red Dead video where he talked about like having a physical map of the game with him being a good idea. But like I can't think of games that use that, and it seems like it would be so smart. When I bought Sun and Moon, I got a big map of the entire region, but it didn't matter because the game was so fucking linear that I didn't have any options on where to go. So I still cannot access white doors. I think I found every wave beam in this region. At least every except... Wait. This is new? Is that? I feel like I came from that. And it's just... Yeah, I came from there. I might just go find a save point, honestly. Kind of gotten what I needed to get done today. Skyrim had a poster, but it also had the in-game map. True, it's kind of the solution. I was just thinking of games that, like, explicitly were designed for physical map. But it doesn't really happen. And I get why. You can't really expect your player to hold on to a physical map. That way, if they ever want to replay it, they can only do so with that map. I wish more games were designed about the collective internet experience. You know how, like, to find the Reggies in Pokemon, you have to do a bunch of weird shit. Like, you have to go find their caves on random islands and figure out the instructions. And most people just elected to Google, like, where are the Reggies? You would figure there would be a game designed around that. Where here's just an open world, we're not gonna tell you where to find shit, you guys have to just go on a forum and talk about it. It's a risky design for a game, because, you know, what happens when you run out of funds and... Or what happens when no one talks about it? I don't know, yeah, like an ARG almost of a game. An internet scavenger hunt. You would think stuff like that's cool. I can't... If there's nowhere new in this area for me to go, I'll probably... I think I may call it here. I can think of a couple areas I could go to progress. But I just, you know, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to spend 20 minutes running there right now. You know, it's about to be 1 AM. I'm tired. I'm gonna call it there. Run into the save room real quick. But I made some actual hefty progress today. I couldn't count on my fingers how many things I've unlocked. So, I'm just gonna call it there. Stream's done for tonight. I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow, Monday, today, whatever you want to call it. If I do, you know, I'll let you know in the Discord. If I do today, it probably won't be this. I may, you know, do something else. Otherwise, I'll be back with more Metroid a little later in the week. Give it a day or two. It's not planned ahead, though. So, if you want to know when, you can join the Discord, !Discord. And you can go watch FUNKe VODs on YouTube if you missed the stream. That's all. I'm going to end it there, though. Good night. Thanks to anyone that stuck around until the AM. I know it's a non-conventional audience for me, but I'll be around. Thank you, Sergi, for subbing, and see ya.